Alright, I'm heading into the first room of another Tier 5 Firestorm. Still didn't bother to repair, but at least I have a better booster on right now. I've got no negatives on this guy, who's my first one in. And that means that he's going to get shot at first, so I'm kind of glad that he has full cap. Benthic. Okay, nobody loves you, Benthic. Start off with that. Let's go this way. What do we have around us? There's a multi-body tracking over there. So we're going to fly away at the start just to make sure that we can pick off anything that's coming after us. That spark needle doesn't usually, so we're probably going to stop shooting at him. And we're going to go for the fog casters. We're going to take out these guys that are shooting us, and then we'll double back and we'll go and work on the benthic. So again, in Tier 4, his range will be about 40 kilometers. This guy has actually murdered 2 of my jackdaws in a period of about 10 seconds before. And he one-shots them. That's a distinct possibility in here. Especially for Tier 4. You have to be careful in Tier 4. If this is a minus 50 for this negative, then it's 40 kilometers. If it's minus 70, you're in a much better position, because instead of being 40 kilometers, it'll be about 30 kilometers for his range, and you can work a lot more with that. For us, it is minus 70. Now, I'm going to treat it like it's minus 50, because some of the people in here are going to be running Tier 4, and I don't want them to get a false sense of security that there's nothing for them to worry about here, because there's definitely something for them to worry about here. So, Benthic is switching to my other character to shoot. So this guy's going to shoot Benthic. There's no short-range deviance. My other character is swapping to defensive mode, so that the Benthic is going to have a much, much harder time hitting him. Now, Benthic webs at about 15 kilometers, so you want to stay further away. 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers, whatever is fine. You would like to be within 30 so that the guy in defensive can hit, but that's not as big of a priority. We're going to take a couple shots at this plate forger because the Benthic does not need any reps. And I'm going to pop a cap booster, which actually I might have to move some over. We'll see how many I got left. Yeah, probably about time to grab a couple more. I like having about 17 of those. Sure. Okay, Benthic's still shooting at this guy. That guy's getting a little bit close to him, more so than I care for. We absolutely want to stay away from blue clouds in here, and we don't want to take turns that are too big if we can help it. Let's shoot Benthic. And I'm already making a small mistake. We want EM for his shields, and we want thermal for his armor. Because if we look at his resistance profile, he has lowest there and either kinetic or thermal for here. However, there's other rats that are thermal, so you're better off grabbing the thermal instead of the kinetic. I mean, if kinetic's all you got, by all means, bring kinetic, but there are other guys that thermal is effective against. Do I remember who? No, not right now. But there's definitely other guys. It's a thing, okay? Oh, wait, and the other thing was, I think, the shields. Maybe it was the shields as well. Inferno, Inferno. Show info. Yes, it was. So his thermal resistance for shields is lower, and his armor is lower. So both of these is why, because sometimes he'll have a little bit of shields left when you switch. This guy's going to defensive, this guy's going to sharpshooter. Again, try to stay at least the 15 kilometers away. And try to keep that transversal up. You have to watch who he's shooting, because whoever he's shooting, if you're doing Tier 4s and you only have that 40 kilometer range, you really want them to be at least 15 kilometers away. That transversal is very useful. He might get a web on me and slow me down a little bit. But the reduced signature radius and the extra resists can save your ass. I'm pretty sure you can survive a couple hits that way, but you definitely cannot without them on. He's swapping. That guy's webbed. He's also now in defensive. he's up there. Let's go this way. Now, unfortunately, this guy is a long room, even in the other one, so that's kind of the way it's going to be. But if you can get range on him, it is definitely better. So right now, again, this is minus 70, so this is about the limit of his range. So tier 5, tier 6, it's a little easier to, stick at that 50 kilometers and kind of snipe them from there, but you have to be careful with it if you're doing that with these guys, with tier 4s. Okay, and tier 5s, you still have to be careful because you have to watch to see if that's minus 70 or minus 50. Okay, where's this in relation to everything? I can't move you know what? No, not quite yet, but we can start kind of dragging him over a little bit this way. Just have to watch out if there's a speed cloud here, but we should be fine. Damn it, that's not something I want to try, but I might try that later. Kind of curious as to if I can take one of those shots with that in defensive. I think so. He swapped again, so we're going to swap again. And we're going to go... If this guy can go to the biocache, that guy should be fine now. Definitely turning his shield on, though. Okay, he's down. You can turn that on. Nova and Nova, because that's our primary damage one that we do. Yeah, that definitely took longer than I cared for. Almost 7 minutes, which is overtime. Keeping in mind that this is a tier 5, not a tier 4. Tier 4, he's named different. I think he has less health. But definitely want to be careful of that no matter what tier you're doing. Okay, and that and that. Activate gate, and on to the next one.